Hello, hello, hello. It is Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, and we are doing some live paper beading. I hope you all are having a wonderful time. So I tried to do a live last night, and right as I was getting ready to turn on the live, the storm was going crazy. The lights started blinking on and off, and my husband yells, "There's a tornado!" So the tornado it was a radar tornado at that point. Apparently, it was literally over our heads. So I ran back downstairs, and by the time I even kind of figured out what was going on, it was past us. Luckily, it didn't touch down here by my house, but it touched down shortly after that. So we were pretty lucky. So yeah, so we postponed the live. And we're going to do it tonight. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to see all of you this week. Go ahead and pop a comment into the comment box if you're here watching, and I can say hello. So I had a couple ideas for tonight of what we could do. One of the things is we have these little painted beads, or I should say big painted beads. Hey, Janice. And so I haven't made anything with them yet, and I really want to make some so we can make some jewelry. Also, I have a bunch of the mini saucers or micro saucers and micro rounds to roll. So we can also talk about techniques for rolling these really teeny tiny beads that are so hard to roll. So those are the two options. So if you have a favorite, we could do both. We could do one or the other. But I'll go ahead and flip over to my hands cam and show you kind of what materials I have to work with these beads. So pop into the chat, say hello, and I'll get the camera switched over. There we go. All right. So we are on the hands cam. Woohoo. And I can see the chat box. So say hi. Hey, Gina. Good to see you tonight. Glad you can make it. All right, so you can see some of the things I have laid out here. And I really, truly don't have any idea what I'm going to do. I have, well, that's not true. I have some ideas, but I don't have any, like, concrete thoughts. So I just gathered together some of the stuff that goes together, and I'm going to let you guys help me decide what to make. Okay, so obviously we have the painted beads right here. So I've got 6 of them to use. And I'd love to make like a necklace and earrings, I think, is what I want to go for. Matching sets. And if we don't use them all, we can do a bracelet if there's enough. Or I can make more later, but. And then, oh, Gina, you're so welcome for another live tutorial. I have no idea what I'm doing tonight, so we'll see how good it is. And Janice, thank you. You know what, you guys? The funny thing is I learned this flower technique on my fingernails. I used to paint those flowers on my fingernails. Oh gosh, and look, I didn't do my nails tonight for this live. It totally didn't even occur to me. So sorry, they're gonna be chipped tonight. But I used to paint these on my fingernails, and it was just like a week ago, and I went, oh my goodness, I could use that exact technique on these beads, and that would be perfect. Hey, Carol. Glad you could come. Did you open that box yet? She got it. She got her new scan and cuts. All right, so let me go over the materials that I have here, because I don't know what we're gonna use, but we'll see. So I have some beads, some like traditional beads. So I've got some white rounds. Let me open this up. So these little containers, this is what I keep my loose beads in. They're not as good for paper beads because they're a little small, but they're perfect for regular beads. And I sell these on the website, by the way. They're like $2 for a pack. So you can get a whole bunch of them really cheap. So these are like kind of little milky white beads. Well, I guess I can leave the top off. Watch, I'll probably spill them everywhere. And then I've got some matching ones that are smaller as well. They have like a little iridescent on them. And then I have, these are teardrops. I've never used these, but they're like teardrop shape. And they have 2 holes in the sides. I've got, here, let me take this one out. I left this in the bag so I'd know where I got it. I think I got these ones from artbeads.com. Yeah, artbeads.com. And these are also sort of a teardrop, but they're not, they remind me of baby teeth. they're smaller. This is more white, so it actually matches that better. This is a little off-white. This is an actual clear-cut teardrop shape with a hard edge, and this is like a softer drop shape. So I got those. We have some, oh, there's some blues that it doesn't really match that blue, but it's probably not terrible. That blue turned out a little darker than I thought it was going to. These are like a rounded triangle. I got these two, I believe, from that Quilter's craft store that I did while I was in Ohio. I got these last year from them and haven't used them yet. How terrible is that? And then I have some gold accents. So I've got these daisy spacers. I love my daisy spacers. You see them in a lot of the stuff I do because they just add sparkle. They're kind of subtle, but they add sparkle. So I've got a ton of those. We also have, and so here's my, this is actually my storage, if you want to talk about storage a little bit. So I got these gold baskets from Michael's on sale because you can see through them. And so my master plan here to keep all my stuff in sight, because if stuff, I can't remember what I have if it's not like right in front of my face. Like, I'm one of those people who has a messy desk, but I know where every single thing is. Yeah. They say we're geniuses. But I think they're just making us feel better. So I have these gold balls. So I got the clear baskets so that I could see everything. And then I got the little white containers so that I could literally at a glance, I could just grab the basket, turn it around, and see everything that's in it. So that plan has been working really well for me. So I've got some gold balls, some littler, these are smaller gold balls. Those are bead caps. Oh, I've only got a few of these, but they're like balls with lines in them. I only have 4 left. I think I use them in another project. That's probably all that's in here. There's some sort of like iridescent beads we could throw in there that they have a little bit of a peachy pink sheen, but they're in an iridescent on them. So we got some of this stuff we could use. We have gold chain. We have some jump rings. I have gold wire. Now this is a 26 gauge, so it's not strong enough to really be a loop, but we could do some wrapping or something with it, or some braiding with it. And I have pink too. And this pink actually matches the pink on the beads, so I was excited about that. So we can come up with some wire ideas. We have that to use. And then in this storage, so this is my other storage thing, and I also have a few of these on the website still, if you're interested. But I like this for findings because I have like one for all my gold, one for my silver, one for my antique, and then I actually have an extra one that I haven't filled up yet. And they have little dividers in them that you can move around. So like I can kind of, when I need it, make my own little divider areas. So we can do some earrings. I've got these loop earrings. I've got smaller loop earrings. I've got fish hooks. These are some like wire, I don't know what you call those. They're loops too, but they're like a wire hook. So we've got that. And the rest of these I think are clasps and some chains. Yeah, those are chains. Those are magnet clasps and hook clasps. So, yep. So that's what we have to work with. I think I also pulled out, I think the only thing I haven't talked about yet, oops. Well, I guess I'll leave that open for you. I did pull out these. I looked through all of my dollar bead box strands. And these are the only ones I found that I thought might work for us. Do I sell the wire too? I do have a couple of spools of this in gold and silver, I think, on the website, still in stock. So I do, I think I do have some of this. I don't have the colors though. No, I don't have this, but I've got this. I can probably get some colors in if you guys are interested in having that on the website. I know, right? I'm really not that organized. My craft room is actually a mess. You wouldn't, if I showed you, I'm not gonna show you. Don't beg. Because beyond the camera, it's pretty messy. So I also had this blue wire from Panda Haul, but it's not, I don't think it's really the right color. It's a little lighter than the grommets, and it's definitely, like, this blue is a little more of a greeny blue than this. I just don't feel like this is the right wire to use. So I'm going to put that to the side. Angie, hello. I like your name, Immortal Designs. Is that your business name? No, Gina, don't. I'll do a craft room tour at some point, but it's going to be when it's clean, because it's not going to be today. You should see I still have boxes from the vacation that I haven't quite unpacked. I'm like grabbing things out as I need them. It's terrible. I'm terrible. Terrible. All right. Awesome, Angie. Now I have to remember that that's you as we talk. So don't get mad at me. You might have to remind me. Okay. So let's see. So what are our options here? So these are pretty fun. So I definitely want something fun. And that's why I sort of was like thinking about using the wire somehow, not to wrap them because I don't want to cover over the flower, but almost like to maybe create like a braided piece and then hang it by a chain and have these in the braid and maybe some of these. I don't know. That's sort of in my head. I definitely want to do something different. Thanks, Angie. Links or something. Yeah, that could work. And these are not super strong, so I could twist them though. Like we could make like some sort of twist, and that could be the loop part. That would keep it. We can't loop it like normal, I don't think. Like with the one-step looper, and I'm not very good at doing like the regular loops, but I can give it a shot. It might be neat. Would it be neat to have these? Okay, if we put these through. Okay, now I gotta make sure it fits. Oh, there we go. I've got some glue in there that I didn't get out. Oh. So we could sort of make sure I'm on camera here. Oh, Carol, you should try them. They're gorgeous. And look, I have a little mistake right there. I'm actually going to cover that with some white nail polish, I think, and I don't think it'll show very much. So we could do some sort of like loopy loop thing like this. If I can get that back through. I probably picked the worst bead to play with here. Like maybe we could do a loop maybe with 2 colors, or maybe we could do every other color. Maybe we could do some, they would look prettier than that. But let me get this out of the way. Maybe we could do some sort of loop, and then the loops are linked. Like the gold loop is linked with this loop. And maybe could we put could we put like this in between? Okay. We're starting to come up with something. Let's try it. Yeah, and the design is really super easy. And if you don't have these daughters that I used in that tutorial, like these things, anything you have that has a round end like this, like if there's something else you have, like a pointer or, you know, just some random thing, that would work too. So you may not have to actually buy. Hold on, let me get a oh, here they are. I thought I put one out. Because once I cut, so this is what I do. I cut my strands. I leave everything on strands as long as I can. And then once I cut them to use them, I dump them into these little containers. And that way, I don't have them all over the place. And they're where I can see them. I've tried a couple other storage options. And anytime I tried a storage option where I couldn't actually see the stuff, I would forget that I had it. And that would result in me buying it again. And that's not good. Because, you know, I only have so much money I can spend on crafts. Last thing I want to do is double buy. Because that's just a waste. At least until I need more, right? Okay, we got that last piece off. Angie's trying to get the hang of cutting the strips for the Euro beads. You're not ready to paint flowers. Oh, it won't take you long. They're not too difficult. Gina, do I sell them? Do I sell which? I sell these little containers. Yes, these containers are on the website. They're really cheap. I think they're less than $2 for a pack. And there's like 6 or 8 in a pack. And there's 2 sizes. See, there's this little teeny size, and then there's the bigger size. Pointers. Oh, the pointers. These guys. No, I do not have these on the website. But I did put a link to Amazon with these on them so you can find them easily. And they're only like $5, I think. The one I linked to, I found a set that was just like $5. So that's the one I linked for you guys. So go back to that video with these flowers and look in the description, and you'll see the link to the cheap set. Because there were some that were more expensive, but you don't need expensive. You just, the cheap stuff will do for this. Can I show you how to measure the Euro beads by hand? Well, I don't measure them by hand. So I could give it a shot, but I don't know that I would do that well with it, which is part of why I got the cutter. However, I do have a stencil for it. And the stencils are supposed to ship to me on Friday, so they should be able to start going out next week, and you can still order them on the website. Where's the stencil? Oh, here, look, I have it right here, because I'm working on a video for these stencils, you guys. So this is the Y Duro bead stencil. And you just trace the lines, and then you can cut them out like this. And these are like, I don't know, $5, I think, on the website. And by the way, if you're in the Paper Bead Fanatics Facebook group, I put a coupon out just about an hour or so ago, maybe 2 hours ago. It's in the buy and sell post. There's a coupon for $5 off an order of $25. So if you're going to order anything, make sure you use that coupon. It's good till Friday. So you have to go into the Facebook group to get the code, though. So if you're not a member of Paper Bead Fanatics, make sure you head over there on Facebook so you can get your coupon code. Yep. So these are available on the website, but they're cutting them right now, and she said they would ship to me this Friday. So I should have them by mid next week, and as soon as I get them in my hot little hands, I will ship them out to anyone who orders. And if you order multiple things, I will go ahead and ship the rest of your order now, and then I will ship the stencils for free when they come in. So you don't have to wait for everything, and you don't have to pay extra shipping, okay? So free shipping on those stencils if you order other things, so that you don't have to wait. Yeah, these are nice, and that's why I did them, because it was like, you know, if you don't have a cutting machine, some of the designs that I do are really hard to measure by hand. And so I thought I try to do stencils for those ones that are a little more difficult to measure by hand, because I couldn't do it. So, okay, so let's think here. What are we going to do with this? So I'm going to pull this out and cut off some of this. Where's my cutters? There they are. My clippers. Because that's all knotted up now. All right, so. Ooh, 12-inch watercolor paper. That'll be awesome. And you guys, so I'm going to give you a sneak peek. My tutorial for Sunday is going to use the stencils. So I've been working on filming some things about the stencils, because I get questions sometimes about like why do they have the little rows instead of just being a big open cut and all of that. And that's because if they were a big open cut, it's really like they move a lot. They don't have a lot of stability. So I made them in sections so that you could just, you know, even if you're using a thicker pen, like you could use a marker and draw, and you'd have enough space to do this, and the stencil's not going to move. So that's why they have multiple lines like this instead of being just a big open cut. But I've got a couple stencil techniques I'm going to go over in Sunday's tutorial. Hint, hint. So, oh yeah, the printer ones. You know, I almost didn't do the printed templates, but I realized that if you're using 8.5 11 by 11 paper, the ability to print them out is definitely helpful. So I'm glad you're using those and finding them helpful. Awesome. You guys are the best. You give me the best feedback so I can like make sure I'm doing the best things for you. I love it. Okay, so let's think. So if we're gonna do, maybe we link these and we just do some really pretty loops, right? Like almost figure 8 type loops. where I can, so almost like this, and then we use the next ones with gold, and we loop that. Is that what we're thinking? And Jack, I want to really check out your Twitch channel, because I haven't even been on Twitch. Like, I was wondering if I should stream on Twitch at all, because I know a lot of gamers do it, so I'm really intrigued that you stream on Twitch. That is just intriguing to me. So it could look like this, and then what if we did something with these spacers? I don't know what I'm thinking exactly. Let's just play with it a little bit. So something with putting the spacers on to sort of hold the two loops together. How would we do that? Could you, I kind of wanted them to crisscross though. So that's not what I was really looking for. It would have to go like this. There we go. Now it's crisscrossed. Now they're crisscrossed. Okay. I don't know. Would that be cute? Maybe I could put 2 or 3 there. Would that look better? What do you guys think? Let's try a couple there. Now, how did I do this? Oh, yeah, that's how I did it. Okay. So we're just playing right now, trying to figure out a design for these beads. Bulk it up. Okay. Let's try 3. 3 is a good number. And then the trick is get the gold through all 3. And this is how I design jewelry. Like, I'm not the best jewelry designer in the world. It's not like I don't have years of experience. I really fairly recently come to jewelry designing. Mainly just because I had all these paper beads and I really wanted to do something with them, so I learned how to do jewelry. So I'm not, I'm not super experienced. Okay. Ooh. So I think we've got it. And then this, I can twist these for right now, though. I'm just going to do this because in case we want to take it apart. And we'll just loop them? Okay, what do you think? I'm going to wait for you guys to give me some thoughts. But so what paper bead here and one here. And then just... Aw, I'm so glad you found the Euro video. I want to see your bead weaving. I know you said you do bead weaving. Okay, so we got one. Angie likes it. What do you guys think? Gina, Carol? What are your suggestions here? Do we go with this kind of thing? And I see there's quite a few people on there, but not everybody's piping up. So give me your thoughts, you guys. Who else? Janice is here. Janice, you like it? Gina likes it? Okay. So we'll go with 3 spacers. And the beads. And then we'll just do... I guess, should we do all 5? So I would like to do earrings, but would that... Maybe the earrings don't have to have these beads on them, though. Because actually, they're kind of thick for earrings. Maybe we could do something with the earrings with the wire and the spacers and just leave the beads for the necklace. Is everybody okay with that? Angie, that's okay. You can keep responding. What are your votes on the earrings? Do I leave flower beads for the earrings, or do we just make earrings with wire and spacers? I need votes. Gina, I would love to do a bracelet. So should I do maybe 3 beads for the necklace and keep 2? Oh, wait, actually, sorry. I actually have 6 beads. 3 beads, 4 beads for the necklace and 2 for the bracelet. or 3 each. Because I would love to do a bracelet. I want to do a bracelet, a necklace, and earrings. Okay. All right. So our vote is for the smaller earrings. Okay. Janice says no beads on the earrings and couple for the bracelet. All right. 2 for the bracelet or 3 for the bracelet? More for the necklace, Angie says. You guys agree? That's where I think I'm headed to. I'm thinking maybe 4 for the necklace and 2 for the bracelet. 2. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else? Janice says 2, 2. Okay. I'm liking this. This is like designed by committee, right? Okay, so, all right, so we don't need any of these other beads. I think we got this. So let me cap these off so I don't like, oops, that's the wrong lid. So I don't spill them everywhere. Because trust me, if it can spill, I will spill it. Here's the little one. Cap those. Okay. And then I do have the gold balls. I just don't think we need them, though. I mean, I could put a gold ball here. Let me try that, because that actually might finish it off a little bit nicer. Hold on. So let me take this apart. And put the smaller gold ball, I think. If it'll fit on the wire. Yes. Now I gotta get back together. See, it was easier the way I did it before, because now they're around the, okay. So this is where you see all the down and dirty mistakes that I edit out of the actual Sunday videos. But mistakes are good. It's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. I did a talk last night. So the class, I had a speaking engagement last night. I say it like it's, you know, this big thing. It was just a class of like 10 people at the community college. So in North Carolina, community colleges are very big things. Where I came from in Ohio, community colleges were not as prestigious, I guess. But in North Carolina has an amazing community college system with very good academics. And so I went last night. There's a class called How to Make Money When You Don't Have a Job, which is pretty neat. And hold on, let me finish what I'm saying, then I'll tell you what I'm thinking here. So so I was a guest speaker. I didn't teach the class, but I was a guest speaker, and I got to talk about my business and sort of how I came up with the idea and, you know, what my sort of master plan is to help them, because they're all either I shouldn't say they all are, is a class for unemployed or underemployed, and it's free to take if you're unemployed or underemployed, but anybody can also take it for like $77, and it's like 8 nights. So I was a guest speaker last night, and now I've just totally lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Oh, geez. Now I can't even remember where I was going with this. I was going to tell you that we were talking about, I don't know. I'll think of it in a minute. I just got totally sidetracked by my thoughts about this. Okay. So let me go back to this, and then I'll go back to what I was saying about last night. So, so what I wanted to do was put a gold ball next to this. The problem being that the ball does not have a large enough hole to have 2 wires go through it. So I don't think that's gonna work, but I really like the way that looks. Let's see if the larger one has enough for the 2 to go through. I don't think I'm gonna like the larger one as much, though. I think it's too big. Hey, Bev. Thanks for joining. Oh, you're not too late. We just really got started. We're trying to design a necklace here. Making some decisions. Okay, I just dropped the bead. Oh, it bothers me. I can't remember what I was going to tell you guys about last night. Okay, so here we go. So let's see. So the plan was to see if this would take 2 wires. Okay, so the larger one will work. So let me put it back together, and then we'll make a final judge on whether to use the gold balls or not. All right, this is like complicated. This is about the point where I realize it's going to take me like 10 hours to make the Sunday video. And that has happened. I've spent sometimes I spend 10 hours editing those tutorials. That's why I only do 1 a week, because I really don't have time to do more. Okay. That's why lives are good though. And like Angie said, oh, bring the wire over it. That's a great idea. Okay. Okay, so the larger one will, but I don't like the larger one. I don't like it. And I also, my color is starting to come off this wire because I'm messing with it too much. So, yeah, YouTube videos take forever. Okay, so Angie's idea, bring the wire over it and capture it, and it accents the gold bead. Okay, Angie's going to want to reach through the screen and strangle me. So is the idea to do something like, like sort of bring it over, over on this side, and then over on the other side is what I'm thinking. Like, kind of like twisting it like that. That doesn't look great though. So maybe do a tight twist on this side. I'll have to get that with the pliers. Where's my, hold on, I've got some nylon pliers. Somewhere. There they are. Okay, nylon pliers. Since this is colored wire, the color is going to come off if I don't use the nylon. See, I'm not very good at this. Okay, well, we're just doing this for practice, so. And then twist it again. Twice. Like that. Wrap a couple of times. Yep. Okay. So we could try that. I'm not very good at it. This makes me nervous. But that actually will make it very sturdy if I shape that properly. So I think I could try this. I think I'm game. You guys game? Cheater tools and practice. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. All right, so let's try this. We've only got 4 to do, so 2 pinks and 2 golds. So what I'm going to do, because I've already got the color coming off of this, I'm going to cut this away. So we can't use it for our final piece. The color's coming off. We'll take this gold ball off so we don't waste it. Oh, there it goes. All right, Bev says go for it. So we're going to go for it. Move some of this other stuff out of my way. All right. And warn me if I end up going off camera. Let me know. Okay. So what we need to do . All right, Gina. We'll see you in a minute. B. Dixon. Is your name Barbara? B. Dixon. I know your name, and I can never remember when we're on lives. Tell me your first name again. I think I've asked you that before. Okay. So, if I'm going to do a pretty loop on either side, I'm going to need about... We'll go with, where is my, I moved my mat. I had a mat under here that had a ruler on it. Yes, Barbara. See? I wanted to say that, and then I was like, if I call you the wrong name, that would be embarrassing. But I thought you were Barbara. Okay, good. Good. So we're looking at about maybe a 6-inch cut, I'm going to say. Well, yes, 6-inch. All right. This makes me, I'm nervous, you guys. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, but you guys all get that. You're with me, right? We're all together in this. All right, so we want to do about a 6-inch cut on the gold. And just for keeping it smooth, I'm going to cut off this too. Now I'll save those little pieces just in case. So I've got a ruler. I grabbed a ruler here, by the way. So we're going to go with about, like I said, about a 6-inch cut. Yeah, I had a mat under the pretty mat with that had measurements on it, but it started creating lines in the mat, so I had to take it off. Okay. Hey, okay, so Barbara, here's what we're doing. So we're designing by committee. We're taking the flower beads from Sunday's tutorial, and we're just trying to design a necklace and earrings and a bracelet with it. And so our idea, we have this pretty wire that just happens to match the flowers almost perfectly. And so we had a bunch of stuff, and we decided, like, we're actually not going to use any of this stuff. So let's put this away. And we can even put this over for right now. So we decided we're going to use the wire and the gold spacers. We're going to create this kind of loopy piece. So that's the plan right now. So I'm going to loop 2 sides in the gold balls. So I had no plan for this live. Like, we're just literally designing it on the fly and seeing how we do it. And you guys are giving me advice and helping me make decisions, because I really had no idea what I was going to do with these. So we're going to put on 3 gold spacers. And then we're going to slide the gold wire back through, because it's easier to slide it through when they're straight. Once they get on that curve, it was hard for me to get them in. So this is our kind of connection loop right there. That's how each section is going to be connected. So I'm going to try to keep that loop real pretty and fairly consistent in size. So there's our connector piece. All right. Now, we need a ball on each side. Correct me if I start doing this wrong, you guys. The micro bead bracelet is my favorite too. I love that thing. Those greens and blues and browns. Oh, love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, this is the part that's making me nervous, because I'm not a wire wrapper. I want to do more, though, because I think it's pretty. I think wire wrapping is gorgeous. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to wrap this wire, if I don't knock everything over, as tight as I can, twice around. Then I'm going to move the gold bead up close. And I'm going to move this wire over to the other side, and I'm going to wrap it around twice more. And it's getting small, so I'm going to have to use my nylon pliers to finish it, because I can't, it's hurting my fingers. Oh, it's not wanting to cooperate. Oh, there we go. And I'm trying really hard not to scratch the paint on this wire. And this wire is from BB Craft, by the way. I got it from there. No, wait, this one is not BB Craft. I'm sorry. The blue I showed you earlier was BB Craft. This was a pack that I probably got at Michael's. And I can't remember the... And I kind of like it with the wire showing over the gold. I don't know. I guess you can put the necklace on either way, right? Janice, you gotta walk the dog. Hi, Gilda. So I cannot read, I don't know if that's Spanish that Gilda is saying, but I'm betting it has to be something about the audio. But I think other people can hear me. Barbara, yeah, if their stuff is in Japan, some of the BB Craft stuff is in Japan and it takes a while to come. And then some of their stuff is in the US warehouse. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing on this side. And I really need to straighten this a little bit, I think. There we go. I don't know. Does it look okay, you guys? I feel like it looks not smooth. This end is not all the way pushed in is part of my problem. It was biting into the nylon, so I stopped. All right. I don't know. We'll work on that in a minute. Okay. So let's try the other side. So now what I want to try to do is get this loop about the same size as the other loop. And if I were smart, what I would have done is probably found like a pen. Here, let's try the little daughters. I would have made this, no, it's too big for that. I would have like put something in there that is that size so that I could size each of them. But of course, I didn't think about that ahead of time. And I don't, this pencil is too big, I think. Yeah. Well, I could use the pencil. I don't have a, oh, but I'd have to just remember where that lands. I don't have anything else to try. I should have done that. I probably should have like used a sizer right there so that I knew exactly what I was doing. But I think this is pretty good. So I'm going to go for it. We're going to wrap it twice. And then we're going to put the gold over the bead and we're going to wrap it twice more. Now this is a little bit longer wire, so this is going to look nicer. This wire got a little too short at the end, I think is my problem. Oh, and look, I'm too short. Ah! See? But this side looks nicer than this side. I'm going to try it again. Bev likes my creative process. That's why I'm doing this, because I feel like it would be useful to show sort of how. See, it's not going to work now because... All right, I'm going to move this up a little so we can try it again. I figured it would be neat to show sort of how I figure out things. I mean, I don't know that I'm any better at it than anybody else, but how I sort of design. Now, sometimes when I start a design, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Like that micro bead bracelet that we were talking about with the greens and the blues. I knew I had that picture in my head way before I've actually had that picture in my head for months. I knew that that was what I wanted in that bracelet. And then I just managed to get through because I have a list of projects that I try to schedule. I just managed to get to that now, but with this, I did not have. This was sort of a last minute project that I just felt like I needed to do, and I did not know what I was going to do with it. I knew I wanted to show you how to make the flowers, but I just didn't have any really brilliant ideas for the jewelry piece. Okay. Ah! Angie. I'm definitely going to have to try streaming on Twitch. You've got me. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, so there we go. It's still a little bit smaller, but I think it's closer now. And I think what I can do is move this down a little bit. I think with this gold, I have a little more leeway of playing with it than with the pink. If I can sort of squeeze these together a bit, that might loosen this up enough. Maybe not. It's pretty tight. It's not wanting to get in there. Let's try this. I'm gonna unwind. I'm gonna have to use my. Part of it is my hand strength too. I don't have a lot of hand strength in this right hand because of arthritis. There we go. So I loosened it up just a little bit, and I'm gonna squeeze. And so I can't do. Sometimes I can't squeeze and do things. I have to start over with a new piece of wire. Well, that's going to be a long live if I have to start over every time. Okay, we're getting that now. Oh, I think I messed it up completely. So we're going to keep going, though. I'm not going to fix it. I think we're going to keep going. I think this design might be okay to be a little messy, I'm going to say. Let's see. Now I can't get these back to the top. Actually, that might be okay that it's off like that, because that's going to create a nice curve. Let's just try it. Let's just keep going. All right? Okay. Carol, what is Twitch? So Twitch is a video streaming service that I know a lot of gamers use it, but Angie's saying a lot of crafters do too. So that's neat. But you just get on there and just stream for hours, like your own TV channel, sort of. So Angie does bead weaving, and a lot of gamers get on there and play games. So I may have to get on there and do some beading. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our first flower bead on. We'll see what happens with that. If I have to do it over after we're done, I will. But I think we're gonna see if we can't keep this going. Get a round nose in there to round it out. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna need to do. Okay, so now let me think. See, and here's the other problem. You got to think ahead. So if I'm gonna loop this, I need to go ahead and get my 3 spacers on first, because once I loop it and close it, I won't be able to get spacers through. And I may not have enough. Well, yeah, I've got enough wire. So, and do I need to put my pink wire through the other side first? No, I think I'm going to try it without doing that. So I'm going to loop this around. And I'm going to wrap. Oh boy. I don't think I have enough wire on this side since I had to move this down. Ooh, they have crochet too on Twitch. See, I've just been crocheting. I've started making lap blankets, which I think I might go ahead and put for sale on the website, even though it's not paper beads. Just because I can only make so many blankets for my family before they start telling me to go away. All right, I'm gonna try this. I think this might be too small, but heck, Let's give it a shot. Yeah, there's not enough wire. Okay, so attempt 1, somewhat of a disaster. But it gives us a design that we're going for. So I think I had a 6-inch piece of wire. It might have been okay, except I had to move the wire around a little bit. So I think I might do a slightly longer piece of wire. Barbara, you crochet. That's right. I think you've mentioned that, maybe. All right, so we're going to try this once more. This is why I was nervous, because I'm like, ugh, they're going to see all of the hard parts to this making stuff. Of course, you guys know. I mean, you know how this works, right? You know that even if I edit out to make it, not because I'm worried about making mistakes, but because I know you don't want to sit there and watch real time do jewelry, because then you don't ever get yours done. And you want to see it short and sweet and how to do it, not how to make the mistakes. So that's why we edit the Sunday videos. But I know sometimes I think it's nice just to see the real process. Okay. Well, I'll get that later. Okay. I like that, Angie. It only takes one time to be successful. The only time you fail is if you give up. That is so true. Oh, I think I know. One of the things that I was telling, I think I know what I was going to tell you guys last night. So one of the things I told the crew last night, and they were there to learn how to like start a business, basically. One of the things I told them last night was, you always, pretty much always have to screw something up once before you get it right. Because a lot of people are afraid of failing. Like, they don't start because they're like, what if I fail? You know, how am I going to deal with that? Am I going to be embarrassed? Is it going to, you know, follow me forever? Whatever. What do my family think? What do my friends think? The truth is, the only way you can really learn is by failing. Yep, see, there you go. You guys are right with me. You know how this works. All right, so three spacers. All right, and then I'm going to do the first wrap. And I think that's what I'm going to change about how I do this. Okay, so I've got, before I put the other beads on, I'm going to go ahead and wrap both sides. So we're going to put this on. Pull it around. And now I can see a little better. I don't have the other beads getting in my way. And I think that was why I was having trouble with this sizing too, is because I had too many things I was trying to hold in place. So this way, that looks pretty good. I don't have to worry about that. And I can just worry about my sizing. Look at that. See? So much simpler. Okay. So I'm going to try to squish this a little bit, just to move this bottom a little closer. I don't think it's going to work. It's fine. We'll just leave it that way. They both look equal, so we're going to leave it like that. And sometimes, another thing to remember, you guys, is that sometimes your mistakes can be your best designs. You know? Oh, I need a little one first. Sometimes your mistakes actually turn into your best designs. Like, I didn't mean to do that, but wow, that turned out nice. I'm going to leave it. All right. And then we're going to wrap this over the small gold and wrap it twice. See, this is much better when I'm not trying to mess with too many things. Look at that. Yay! Thanks for the encouragement, you guys. And then we'll cut this off at the 2 and use the nylon to bend it over. I might need to cut that off a little closer. It's going to make a 3rd round. And I don't think I want it to make a 3rd round. I might need a better clipper. This clipper won't get too close. Okay, we're gonna leave that for now. Okay, so now I'll do the other side. Gold bead. All right, we're gonna wrap over the gold bead and very tightly. So you gotta keep that gold bead. See how it's trying to move. I'm gonna keep that gold bead against the other spin, the other wrap, and then wrap it around twice. Look at that. There we go. We got it. Woohoo! Team effort. Okay, so I'm going to need to get these pushed down so they aren't pokey. Let's see if I can get it. I might need to use, where's my other, let me try this. There we go. That one got it in. Okay. Still a little bit rough, but I can play with that. And then this one. And this I have to be careful because the metal pliers can scratch the painted wire so easily. But I only have the one pair of nylon right now. I need to buy like a whole set of different kinds of nylons. Okay, there we go. There we go. No more sharp spaces. Now, why does my gold side look so much smaller now all of a sudden? I swear it wasn't that way earlier, but it probably was. Gonna open it up a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to mess with it right now. I'm going to wait till I get them all done, and then I'll try and kind of squish them around to make them all look a little more consistent. Okay. All right. Good job, you guys. This is so much more fun with you than it is by myself. Okay. So now we put on our flower bead. And then the gold, right? So we got to have that on. And 3 spacers. And then the question is, do I need to go ahead and cut the next pink to get it through the spacers? I probably should, to get it through the spacers before I loop this, because I did have trouble. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm measuring it here on my ruler, which is right there, a little bit off. I went with about 8 inches. And that might be more than I need, but I'd rather have more than less, because if I have less, I can't finish the project. All right, so now 3 gold spacers. Whoops. Fell right off. Whoops. Okay. So maybe we use the ruler. So on the other side, I'm looking at 1¼ inch from to the tip of the loop from the bead. So that means my loop over here, I was going to make it too short. So there to here. So my loop needs to come around right here, about 1¼ And again, like, you know, and I say this in my videos a lot, sometimes it's the beauty of the handmade stuff. It doesn't have to be exactly perfect. I mean, you will drive yourself insane if you try to get everything exactly perfect. So please don't. Handmade stuff that's part of the variation, you know, that's part of the charm, is that there are variations. So I try to get sizes and stuff like that pretty close, but I'm not going to be fanatic about it. I'm just not. And plus, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm not a very OCD about measurements, which can drive my husband crazy at times, because if something is crooked on the wall, I won't even hang pictures anymore, because if I don't get it exactly right, he has to rehang it. And I'm like, yeah, it looks great to me. I have no problem. So yeah, no. All right. So this doesn't look right though, but it is. It's about, that is right. So this is going to be a little trickier coming at it from the other side, because I'm going to need to do my 2 loops in there. And that is going to, that's going to be tricky, but I'm going to do my best. All right. So we're going to wrap this around right about here. Then I'm going to go, this is not close enough. Darn. Was not close enough. Ooh. Just pinged my thumb. Okay. Try it a little closer. I may go from the other side because of the way I have this looped. And just try to straighten that out. Oh, no. This is not going to work. You can't make earrings because you never get them exact. That's funny. Okay. I'm going to try this again. Wish me luck. And then over the gold bead. And I'm going to need to use the nylons because I can't get my fingers in there. I'll try to not get them too in front of the camera for you. Okay, this is not going as well as the other piece. This was what I was nervous about doing this live, because I don't not have a lot of experience with the wire wrapping. So you're seeing a learning process here. So if there's experienced wire wrappers out there and you're sitting there with your head in your hands right now looking at me like, oh, I wish I could take that out of her hands, I'm with ya. I totally understand why you feel that way. Okay, I think I got it. I think I have it this time. But I think one of the good things about me doing this and not being the expert at it is that it will encourage you guys to do it. Give it a shot. I mean, if you haven't, it's a first time for everything. There we go. Okay. Bye, Carol. Hey, Deborah Ryder. Oh, you guys are so encouraging. Thank you. Okay, so other than this one being a little crooked at the moment, which we will decide how we want that in a minute, there's our first one. And I can straighten out some things as I go, but I think I'm going to just finish this first because the wire is going to get bent anyway as I'm messing with it. And so at the end, I'll go through and maybe like straighten out any kinks and stuff like that. So let me go through and try at least one more. What time is it? Oh gosh, we've been on forever just doing the necklace part. So let's talk for a second then before I go on about the earrings. Let's design the earrings because I can finish this off camera. Now that we have our design and we know how it's going to look, I can finish this off camera. Help me design the earrings. So I'll put that over here so that we can, oh, you can't see it there. We'll leave it here so you can see it. So I think the earrings could actually be sort of like from this piece down. But do we need to put the gold in it too? Or do we just make it, do we just make the earrings the pink wire with the dot and the spacers, and then we can put it on one of these? Or here's another idea. So we've got like these round ones. We could wire wrap the pink wire around here and put some gold beads, space some gold beads out. That is an option as well that I could think of. Ooh, Angie had an idea. What's your idea? Felicia, hey! Barbara, we had decided earlier, I think before you came on, that we weren't going to use a paper bead on these because they're too big for the earrings. We wanted some daintier earrings, so we were just going to use the spacers. What if you put the flower bead on the wire in a loop, like a hoop earring? So you're thinking about using paper beads in the earrings too. Okay. Put the flower bead on the wire like a hoop earring. So like put the flower bead here, and that's I think what Barbara was saying too. Yeah, that's what you're saying. So it would be without the spacers there. So we would use, but then we might not have enough for a bracelet if we do that. So we've got 6 flower beads. So what if we used 3 flower beads for the necklace? Because honestly, I think that's all we're going to need. 3 flower beads for the necklace and then just chain up the rest of it. And then we could use 2 for earrings, but that would only leave us 1 for the bracelet. But really, if you look at the size of this, like if we did this on a bracelet, 1 could work. Yep. See, look, we're thinking alike. Okay. Let's give that a shot. So, the idea would be to use the pink wire. And I'm gonna use my scrap piece for our test so that I don't use good wire. So we're wanting to put the bead on it. Oh, somehow I don't have a side in that one. We'll use this one. Okay. So we're wanting this on it. And then, so no spacers. Yeah, we do get to make it together. I love that. Do we want a spacer on either side? Let's try that and just see. But that would cut, no, because that's going to cover up the really cute flower eyelets. So no spacers. Okay, so this could come around. Actually, if I straighten this, as long as the paint's not gone, I might be able to use this one. So I'm just going up and down, kind of squeezing this to try to straighten out the wire a little bit so it's not. And maybe I can save this piece. That would be awesome. Okay. All right. So let me think, because I think what we want to do here is I need to have a hook. So I think we could put this on a, we can put this on a earring wire, but I need to make sure this loops through and back down. So what I need to do is grab a bead. I think a gold bead on each side. Let's try a gold bead on each side and see if that hides the eyelet. There's gold bead on each side. It doesn't hide the eyelet because it, with the teardrop shape, and I may need to shape this a little more, it doesn't go down. I'm not sure though. Larger ones maybe? One gold bead through. I wonder if a larger. I kind of like the larger gold bead if we're going to do a gold bead there. I don't know. What are your votes on having gold beads on either side? Or do we just leave it plain? I'll go with whatever you guys think. I definitely think we'll put a gold bead, like we'll do this right here. We'll do this at the top for sure. Maybe not now that you've seen it. It's good to try though. Yeah, I think maybe just leave it plain. And then we'll do the gold bead and we'll do the top like this. So in order to do that. Yep, Angie, you're with me. So we're going to make sure we leave this sort of a teardrop shape. I'm going to try to get a nice sharp wrap right there. Okay, there we go. That's good. And then put the bead on. But this time what I'm going to do is take my round pliers, because we need a hook, right? We need to have a hook for this to hook off of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop this. Gotta think ahead, right? Doesn't need to be super big. I was trying to get it so it wasn't too close to the gold bead, but now it's too wide. So I'm wanting to lengthen it a little bit. It's like an odd shape. Now I'm messing too much. It's gonna take my color off. Ah. So I've got a loop there, but I'm going to wrap the other side around it, to hide the edge where it comes together. Angie's coaching me. I will learn, my friend. Gotta do it to learn it, right? Okay. Now just get that sharp edge down. I feel like it's, oh, there we go. See, it wasn't wrapped super tight, but now that's much better. Okay, I may need to come back later and do something with that. I don't know. And I also feel like I need to smooth out some of this wire a little bit. Shape it a little bit more, maybe. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till I get both of them so I can make sure they're shaped properly. So what do you think? Did we do good? And then this will go on here. I'll just have to open my loop a little. Oops, wrong side. And actually the ball on these earring loops kind of goes with the ball, the gold ball that we used. So it's going to look like a second gold ball. There it is. What do you think? Did we do good? I think we did pretty good. I think I need a little practice, but I think we did all right. I want this maybe to come in a little more. I don't know. I will play with the shape of that a little bit. Donna! Hey, thanks for joining us. Bev, is it very 70s? Is it? Cute. Hey Donna, so we are designing by committee. We are all designing some jewelry together on the fly with these painted beads. All right, so that's our earring design. And then this is going to be our necklace and bracelet design. So I just need to make a bunch more of these, basically. And then put them together. And so I think what I'll do is I'll do 2 more of these. So we've got 2 beads here. So I'm going to do 2 here for the necklace. And then we've got 1 more of these for the other earring. And then I've got 1 left for the bracelet. And so what the bracelet will be a pink wire with a bead in the middle that looks just like this. And the spacers on the end. And then gold chain to finish it off underneath the wrist. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to wear them. I'm totally going to wear these. Are you kidding me? I think these are awesome. Maybe I'll wear them to the bead rolling class on Saturday. The 27th, this Saturday. And tell everybody how we made them. I think we got it. I think this design is good. It only took us 1 hour and 20 minutes. I will. So what I'll do is I'll finish these up off camera and then I will post pictures of me wearing them to the group. And if you're not in the Facebook group yet, it's called Paper Bead Fanatics. And it's on Facebook. And if you just go there and join, there's a couple questions that mainly I just have those in there to stop spammer people, like bots, is really why I have those questions in there. But just answer the questions and then I will approve you. And you'll be in. And today, so every Wednesday, we are going to do a buy and sell thread. Because in most groups, you're not allowed to sell. And, being somebody who has a business myself, I kind of wish I could sell in certain places. So I decided that for my group, what we would do is every Wednesday, we would have a buy and sell thread. And so if you make something that you would like to sell, you can post it there. You don't even have to have a business. You don't have to have an official business to sell a piece of jewelry. So go ahead in there and post it. Even if it's not Wednesday, if the thread is still there, like tomorrow, if you have something, you take pictures, you can put it on that thread that has the buy and sell graphic tomorrow. It doesn't, magically end at midnight or anything, but put it on there. And, if you have a PayPal account, like even if you don't have a website where you're selling things, you can have a PayPal account. And, here, let me switch over to the face cam. Woo, hey. You can create a PayPal account and you can create a link for somebody to pay you. PayPal has a lot of buyer protection. So if you were to buy something from someone you don't know and never receive it, PayPal has a dispute that you can do. So that's a great way to sell things. So yeah, so feel free to go in there and post something that you'd like to sell on the buy and sell thread. There's also a coupon on there for $5 off a $25 purchase on paperbeadrollers.com, and it is good until Friday. So if you have had your eye on anything digital downloads or stencils, that coupon is for my paper bead fanatics people. So Bev, Etsy is losing so many crafters. Yeah, I know. Etsy has been really changing over the last few years. I don't even have an Etsy store. Everybody tells me, why don't you have an Etsy store? Because it seems like the place to be. And I've considered it, but I think I would just rather, have people come to the website and the YouTube channel than Etsy. It's an interesting thing going on over there. I don't know. So yeah, so even if you've never sold anything before, I encourage you to, go ahead and post something. It doesn't have to be this week. Maybe work on something for next week and get started. Because, this isn't, it's not as expensive of a craft as some because the paper beads are pretty cheap. But why not, make something off of your hobby? Yeah, Angie, that's exactly it. Why I have my own site too. Absolutely. So I think, here, let me put on our earrings so we can see what it looks like. I think we did a good job. And I really didn't know what I was going to do with these, so I really appreciate you guys helping me design this stuff. Yay! Good job. I think that looks great. It is very light too, because the beads aren't very heavy. So, nice job. And then we'll see what this is going to look like when I get it done. How long should it be, you guys? So if we do 3, the beading part, we did good. I'm so glad. I would never have thought of this on my own. I'm so glad that we did this as a live. This one tends to, this tends to go around the edge. I'm going to have to shape this so that it stays in place. Okay, so if I'm going to have to maybe curve these a little bit. There we go. To give it a nice shape. We'll give it a nice curved shape. How long? Should this be more like a choker? Or should it be down a little bit? I think it should be down a little bit. Barbara, you made 100 beads today? Oh my gosh. Are your fingers numb? I think my fingers might be numb. Not too long, but not choker, Bev says. Yeah. It's funny. I'm looking at myself in the camera to get this, and I keep going the wrong direction because it's backwards. 18-inch, we're thinking. Maybe like here. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So I got my WordPress shirt on, you guys. Powered by WordPress. I used to be a WordPress website designer. So I got a bunch of WordPress shirts. So down like this. Like just above the W in WordPress. Okay. That's like crooked. All right. $18 to $22. Okay, that seems to be the consensus. It's like an 18 to 22-inch piece, and then with the gold chain finishing it off, going up the top. All right. Love it. Good job, you guys. This was fun. We need to do this again soon. In the meantime, here, let me show you the micro beads I'm working on, and then we'll go. I know it's like 9:24. It's just crazy. So look at these crazy micro beads. They are so teeny. So this is in the digital download, the new digital download. I haven't done a tutorial necessarily. So there's the rounder ones, and they're not perfectly round, but they're pretty close. And then the saucer micro beads right there. So there is a digital download for this. They're tiny. These are painstaking. I feel like it took me forever to make this many, and I'm trying to do this for a new tutorial that I wanted to do this week, but it's not going to happen. We're going to do the stencil one this week. But yeah. Microbeads are crazy. So maybe next live, because the thing with microbeads is they're hard, right? They're so tiny, they're difficult to line up right, and they're difficult to glue down. So here, I'll measure it, Donna. Or no, that was Angie who asked. Yeah, there's your measurement. It's actually, yeah, it's an 1/8. Now the ones I did for the microbead bracelet, they were actually a little different. They were the rounder ones, and I don't have that strip right here, but the strip for the rounder microbead is bigger than an 1/8. It's a little bit larger than an 1/8. See how this is actually slightly smaller than an 1/8? This is the saucer strip. If you want the round microbead, you want to go a little larger than 1/8. And the length is, because even though I do those digital downloads and stuff, I like giving you guys the links of stuff so you can do it yourself if you want to. I don't want you to have to buy the download. I want you to buy the download if it's convenient for you. Slightly, so it's 1/8 shorter than 4. So what would that be? I'm not good at this. 7/8. 3 inches and 7/8 to a point. Yeah, and these are much brighter and they're not as bright on the camera as they are in real life. This is super hot pink in real life and hot lime green. So the camera's a little bit dulling out the colors. But so if you guys want, our next live, we'll do some micro beads. We'll do live bead rolling with micro beads, and I'll show you my techniques for getting them straight, because I don't always get them straight right when I roll them, and I have a couple little techniques I use to line them up after the fact. So maybe we'll do that on our next live. What size cardstock do you use? So these were cut from 8.5 by 11 cardstock that was 65 pound. I would not do these with 110. That's going to be a little too thick. But these were, and I'm trying to remember if these might have been 110. But I'm not sure. Angie's going to paint beads. Yeah. There's other designs. We'll come up with some more designs I'll share with you guys that are easy to do, because I'm not an artist like that necessarily. I'm more of a crafter. I'm not the best painter in the world. Oh, all right. Any last questions or anything you guys want to ask? I think we should, I'm going to head to bed here. Got lots of stuff to do tomorrow. I'm going to a nonprofit lunch tomorrow for a organization that helps women who are coming out of difficult circumstance. They hire them and teach them how to make things like earrings and bracelets and jewelry in order to give them some job history and job skills. And they pay them. They actually pay them a very nice living wage as they're learning. And then their goal is to get them a full-time job somewhere else. So it's a really neat organization. It's called Design for Joy here in Raleigh. And I'm really looking forward to heading over there tomorrow. I'm going to volunteer a little bit and help them do some online marketing, I think, is what I'm looking at. So, yeah, it's called Design for Joy in Raleigh, if you want to Google it and look it up. And then they have a shop where they sell all the stuff that the artisans make, and the artisans get their name on it when they sell it. It's super cool. It's a really neat organization. Okay, wait, there's a question. Would you coat the inside of the Euro beads or no? I don't coat the inside of the Euro beads. I just go around the edges enough to get the edge of the Euro bead. But mostly with Euro beads, I'm putting eyelets in them, so I definitely don't coat the inside. You could though. Especially if you're not going to use an eyelet in them, because the holes are so much bigger than regular beads. You may want to coat it, especially if it's going to be a bracelet. So, good question. All right, guys. Wonderful designing with you tonight. I really appreciate you hanging out with me for so long. Make sure you head over to the Paper Fanatics Facebook group. Look for that coupon. Post some things for sale if you have some jewelry you would like to sell or something that you would like to buy on the Wednesday post. And other than that, I will see you on the next live. Here, I always try to remember to switch over to the face cam so you can actually see me when I say goodbye. All right. So have a great night, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye, everybody.